Guys, check this out. 126,000 players are on Black Ops 2 right now. And this game is 5 years old. Whoever would have thought that would happen? Never. Now, obviously, it's happened because Black Ops 2 has come to Xbox One backwards compatibility. I did a big live stream on it, and it is a load of fun. And actually, I'm doing it right now. I'm playing with an Xbox One controller. If you guys want to play Black Ops 2 on your Xbox One, all you've got to do is take your 360 disc for Black Ops 2, put it into your console, download like the digital version of the game, and then you can play it for free. Or you can just download it off the marketplace. So super easy. Now, as I said, I did a stream on this when it came out, like the day it came out, and it was awesome. It was so much fun. Come on, grenade. So as soon as this came out, I had to do a stream on it. So I streamed Black Ops 2 on the Xbox One a few days ago. It was a load of fun. When I went back to a stream after it had been uploaded as a video, I checked the comments, and I was expecting to see lots of happy comments about Black Ops 2 being on the Xbox One, and there were, but the majority of the comments were actually people being a little bit salty that Black Ops 2 wasn't available on the PlayStation 4 through any sort of backwards compatibility option. So I asked myself a question: why isn't Black Ops 2, or even Black Ops 1 for that matter, that's been available on Xbox One back compat for 10 months now, why aren't these games available on PlayStation 4? So I set about, my friends, doing some research to find out exactly why Black Ops isn't available on PlayStation 4. Now, obviously, everyone has a console preference. We've talked about this a few days ago, and it's always a heated argument. I think PlayStation versus Xbox is one of the most heated console argument you could ever get into. Now, I respect everyone's opinions, and hopefully you guys respect mine. Personally, I prefer PlayStation simply for the controller. I think, in my opinion, the PlayStation 4 controller is the best gaming controller for consoles out there. That's just my opinion. So you can see, for me, why Black Ops 2 coming to PlayStation 4 backwards compatibility would just be an unreal dream. It would be godly, playing one of my favorite Call of Duty games ever with my favorite controller ever. However, to find out why Black Ops 2 isn't currently available on PlayStation 4's backwards compatibility program, because they do have backwards compatibility allowing you to play PlayStation 3 games on the PlayStation 4, we need to look into how both the Xbox One and PlayStation 4's backwards compatibility options work. Oh, come on, Ali! Finish this guy off. Oh, almost. Nice. All right, so let's first of all look at how Xbox One implement their backwards compatibility. So just as I said at the beginning of this video, if you've got an Xbox 360 disc of a game that's available on Xbox One back compat, all you're going to do is actually put the disc into the console, and in doing that, it's almost like telling the Xbox One, yes, I have a legit copy of the original 360 game. Please let me play it on this console for free. And then what the Xbox One console does is download a digital version of the 360 game and emulate an Xbox 360 console onto the Xbox One. So I'm playing on the Xbox One right now, but if I press start and back, I can bring up the 360 menu, but if I press the home button, I can bring up the Xbox One home menu as well. So the Xbox One is using an emulating system to allow you to back compat 360 games. That's what you need to know. Now, since this game is online, obviously, I am actually using the already in place Xbox 360 server system for Black Ops 2 to play this game, despite being on my Xbox One. So it means everyone's got a seamless experience, whether or not you're playing on a 360 console or the Xbox One. I couldn't tell you which console these guys are playing on, because we're all playing on the same server, which is good, because it means everyone should have a really lag-free experience, which is great. Now, in terms of how Xbox actually decide which games to bring to backwards compatibility, it's all down to agreements, actually, I believe, with the publishers and developers, like, to make sure it happens and to allow it to happen. But we actually do have a say in which games we want to bring to backwards compatibility. And for a long time, Black Ops 2 is at the top of that list. And it's no longer on the top of that list because it's available on back compat, which is amazing. But if you go onto the Xbox forums, you can see the current standings for which games people really want to bring back. I believe Skyrim's at the top at the moment, but you've got a few other games in there as well, like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. So if Infinity Ward and Activision agree, then potentially Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 could come to back compat at some point in the near future as well, which is very exciting. Xbox One's backward compatibility library is pretty extensive right now. It includes, obviously, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, all the Mass Effect games. It also includes Red Dead Redemption as well, Gears of War games. There's a lot on there. So that's how Xbox One's back compat works, but how does it work on PlayStation 4? Oh, sorry guys. So PlayStation 4 has a backwards compatibility subscription service, actually, called PlayStation Now, which costs around about £12, about $15 a month. And what this allows you to do, assuming you have a good internet connection, is actually stream old games to your console. So it's like a server is running games for you, and you're streaming that view to your console, if that makes sense. You can actually do this through your PC as well. It's not just your PlayStation 4. And I believe you can actually do it where you stream your PlayStation 4 console to your PC as well. I think I've done that before. It's quite a cool service, but it works on a, almost like a Netflix-based system rather than the emulating system that the Xbox One uses. That guy is lost, poor split screener. So now we know, guys, how Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles handle their backwards compatibility. We actually have the answer already as to whether or not Black Ops 2 will come to backwards compatibility on PlayStation 4. But because of the way Xbox One runs its backwards compatibility through an emulating system, this means that me playing Black Ops 2 right now with an Xbox One controller is like one-to-one input. It's as if I'm playing on an Xbox 360, except it's inside the Xbox One, if that makes sense. However, if you imagine Black Ops 2 is available for backwards compatibility on PlayStation 4, it's going to be done through a streaming service, as we just said. So you've got to imagine that we are streaming Black Ops 2 to our console, which means there's always going to be some sort of lag, mainly input lag, between the buttons we're pressing on our controller and the actual input that we get out on screen in the game. Even if you've got a really, really good internet connection, there's going to be a little bit of a delay there. So what that means is FPS games of any type, regardless if it's Call of Duty Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, will almost always struggle through PlayStation 4's PlayStation Now service because of the fact it's a streaming service. And you need insane internet, and as I said, even if you have insane internet, to make sure that the game is being streamed to your screen as fluidly and with as little input delay as possible. So just in case it still doesn't quite make sense, if I press left on the control stick right now, it's sending that input straight to my Xbox One and inputting it, and I can see it happen. If I was playing Black Ops 2 right now through, for example, PlayStation Now service, if I press left on the control stick, you'd have to send that signal to the server that was streaming Black Ops 2, then send that visual input to my screen, then I would see it, and then it would happen. It would be such a long process. Now, in all honesty, that process is like milliseconds, potentially, maybe multiple milliseconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it actually works fine for like racing games or, I don't know, single player games like Uncharted, for example, because it doesn't require that instant input that FPS games really need. It's all about reaction times in Call of Duty and FPS games, we know that. So the logical thing to think here is, well, if Xbox One's emulator system works so well, why don't PlayStation 4 implement that? Well, to understand this a little bit better, if we actually jump back and look at the PlayStation 3, if you remember the original PlayStation 3 consoles, the fat ones that were very early on in the production line, did actually allow you to put your PlayStation 2 discs in and play it simply on the console. That actually required a PlayStation 2 CPU. So essentially inside the original PlayStation 3s were also a PlayStation 2, believe it or not. And as I'm sure you guys know, after a while down the production line of a PlayStation 3, they actually took that out because it was expensive, took up space, and wasn't really an efficient thing to do. So PlayStation 3s, towards the later side of their development, didn't allow you to play PlayStation 2 games, and I'm sure you guys know. So why doesn't PlayStation 4s have an ability to emulate PlayStation 3s? Well, it actually comes down to the fact that emulating a PlayStation 3 console and the infrastructure of PlayStation 3 within a PlayStation 4 console would be considered so hard, they'd actually consider it near impossible, believe it or not. So what does that mean? It gives us the answer, guys, that actually Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 could come to PlayStation 4 backwards compatibility through their PlayStation Now program, but because it's an FPS game, it'd be so unenjoyable to play, it would be so laggy both on the input side and the server side. Unfortunately, it would never be a good experience, and it would actually be something that we'd complain about more than we'd enjoy, which sucks. It's annoying. When I found this out and I worked out what the issues were, I was gutted because I was so excited for the possibility of PlayStation 4 getting older Call of Duty games through back compat so I could play using the beautiful PlayStation 4 controller. But unfortunately, guys, it's just not going to happen unless PlayStation change the way that they do their backwards compatibility service. So guys, hope that's answered some questions. If you're on Xbox, hey, you can keep on enjoying Black Ops 2 through your Xbox One, which is great. And who knows which games will be coming in the future. Maybe Modern Warfare 2, maybe Modern Warfare 3. I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you for watching. Share this with your friends who think they'll be interested in knowing this as well. And I'll see you guys very soon with a brand new video.